Welcome to the STR Home Financing Podcast, where we believe a legacy is something you build, not just something you leave behind. And now, here's your host, Jeff Chisum.
Hey, this is Jeff Chisum with the STR Home Financing Podcast. Welcome to episode 48. Today will be short and sweet, but hopefully it will be useful. So this episode is going to be a piggyback from where I talked about getting rid of PMI. And so if you haven't heard that episode, please go back, especially if you have PMI, or just maybe for future reference, if you're in a situation where you put less than 20% down and you're paying PMI. Everybody wants to get rid of that. It's just an additional cost for the benefit of putting less than 20% down. Today, I want to talk about how to get rid of that escrow account. So for some people, it's personal preference. They just like to set it and forget it, where their monthly payment is going to include the amount to be collected on a monthly basis. So at the end of the year, the mortgage company will pay what's due for the annual taxes and then for the annual insurance premium. Now, it may have been your personal preference until you got that escrow analysis that told you your payment was going to go up exponentially because they were short on what's going to be due for the insurance or what was due for the taxes because they increased. So we've seen that become more and more prevalent over the past maybe 6 or 7 years, with property values going up, taxes going up, the cost of insurance going up. For me personally, I've always liked to have control over that money. So I never liked the idea of just blindly sending in that amount, hoping at the end of the day it was going to be enough. So I've talked to a lot of clients that they're in that situation where, hey, Jeff, my payment's going to jump up $300 a month because they were short for this year. And now they're having to collect because we're 4 months past paying that amount. Plus, they're going to have to collect for the increase of the anticipation that bill is going to be the same or more for the next year. So you get the idea. You've probably been in that experience. Typically, if you're not putting down the 20%, you're also paying in addition to the PMI, you're also forced to have an escrow account. Let's say now you're in a situation where you have the 20% equity, you've gotten rid of your PMI, now you want to get rid of your escrow account. So it's not in Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's policy that they require you to pay or have an escrow account set up. It's typically the servicer's policy. And typically that servicer's policy is going to be, you have to have at least 20% equity. So how do we get rid of that escrow account? What are the next steps? First call is to the service provider. You've established with them that you have the 20% equity. Maybe you've gone through that process of removing the PMI, so you had a new appraisal. Or maybe you've just paid down that mortgage, and based on the original sales price and the new balance, your loan to value is 80% or less. So you call that service provider, you tell them, hey, I would like to request the removal of my escrow account, and I would like to pay the taxes and insurance on my own. What is your policy? Sometimes it may take a couple of phone calls to talk to the right person, because my experience has been you call your servicer, you call customer service, you talk to a representative 3 different times, and you get 3 different answers. So you may have to go through that process until you get to the right person that actually knows what they're talking about. So there's probably going to be a process from there. Maybe you have to make a formal request by sending in an email. But whatever the case may be, that is the first step to getting to that place where you get that escrow account removed. And now you have the power of holding that money. And if there's changes, you can identify, or increases, you can identify much earlier that you're going to need to save more and put more money aside in order to pay that premium, that tax bill when it's due. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's information that you didn't have before. Always here to help, always willing to visit with you on anything that you have in the works. So visit my website, prhomefinancing.com. Until next time.
Jeff Chisum is a registered mortgage loan officer with CMG Home Loans, NMLS ID 1820. CMG Home Loans is an equal housing lender. All programs, products, and terms discussed on this show are subject to change without notice.